Imagine booking the perfect getaway, a serene escape from the chaos of everyday life. You find a charming listing on Airbnb, an old farmhouse in Portland, Oregon, with walls covered in ivy and the scent of pine in the air. It sounds like a dream, but sometimes dreams turn into nightmares. Welcome to the unsettling world of real-life Airbnb horror stories, where ordinary vacations become terrifying ordeals. Each of these stories is tied together by a chilling, recurring element, the unsettling presence of an abandoned property, hinting at the sinister events that will unfold. As we delve into these tales, you'll feel the tension build with each revelation, the fear creeping in like shadows at dusk. Our first story takes place in October 2021 in Portland, Oregon. There was a farmhouse that stood alone, its walls covered in ivy, and the air inside heavy with the scent of damp wood. A couple of avid travelers looking for a peaceful retreat arrived with hopes of a restful escape. They were excited to spend 2 weeks in this quaint historical farmhouse. Their joy soon turned to discomfort as they began experiencing severe headaches, dizziness, and respiratory issues. Their headaches grew more intense, each breath a struggle, until they peeled back the wallpaper to reveal black mold, spreading like a sinister shadow. Panic set in as they realized the air they were breathing was poison, a silent killer lurking in their sanctuary. They had to seek medical attention and relocate immediately. Their dream vacation turned into a desperate escape from a toxic nightmare. Our second story takes place in July 2022 in Charleston, South Carolina. There was a house that exuded southern charm, its front porch inviting with rocking chairs and hanging plants swaying gently in the breeze. Jake, a solo traveler seeking adventure, was charmed by the host's hospitality. The host, a charismatic and overly friendly man, offered to show Jake around town, sharing local secrets and hotspots. However, Jake's curiosity turned to unease as he observed a constant stream of strangers visiting at odd hours. He noticed visitors who were secretive and seemed out of place in the otherwise serene neighborhood. The friendly facade shattered, revealing a dangerous underworld right beneath his feet. One night, Jake stumbled upon a hidden basement door left ajar, leading to a room filled with illegal gambling equipment and dubious characters. His shock and fear upon discovering the host's secret life left him scrambling to find safety, his adventurous spirit shaken to its core. Our third story takes place in March 2023 in a rural part of Vermont. There was a farmhouse. Its wooden beams groaned under the weight of centuries, and the creaking floorboards whispered secrets of the past. A family seeking a quiet escape arrived with hopes of tranquility. The farmhouse, surrounded by towering trees and a vast, empty landscape, seemed like the perfect getaway. However, every night, whispers filled the air, footsteps echoed through empty halls, and doors creaked open on their own. Their initial curiosity turned into dread as the sounds grew louder and more persistent. Their fear turned to horror when they discovered a hidden speaker system set to play eerie sounds on a timer. The supposed haven became a house of horrors, driving them away in terror. The family's search for the cause revealed the sinister intent of a previous tenant who had rigged the house to terrify future guests. Our fourth story takes place in a studio apartment in Seattle, which was a snug haven, its small space filled with warmth and light from the street below. In May 2023, Emily, a young woman seeking solitude, settled in, enjoying the cozy ambiance of the apartment. However, her heart pounded as she woke to find a stranger in her kitchen, claiming to be the host's friend. The man, messy and unkempt, insisted that he often stayed there with the host's permission. Fear gripped her as she realized she was not alone, her sanctuary invaded. Emily's initial feeling of something being off proved true. She noticed subtle signs, an unmade bed in the living room, personal items not belonging to her, that hinted at the presence of someone else. Her sense of safety shattered, and Emily fled the apartment, contacting Airbnb and the authorities to report the intruder. Our fifth story takes place in a house in New Orleans. There was a shadow of its former self, windows broken and doors hanging off their hinges. In August 2022, a group of friends excited for the music festival arrived with high hopes. They had booked the house months in advance, lured by photos of a charming, well-kept property. However, excitement turned to dismay as they stepped into the house, finding it in complete disrepair. The interior was covered in dust with furniture broken and debris scattered everywhere. The bathroom was unusable, and the kitchen appliances were rusted and non-functional. Their dream trip quickly became a nightmare, and the abandoned house was in stark contrast to their expectations. With the host unresponsive, they faced the urgent task of finding new accommodations. Their frustration grew as they realized outdated photos and false promises had deceived them. Our sixth story takes place in a cabin nestled in the Colorado mountains, surrounded by towering pines and the crisp scent of pine needles in the air. In June 2022, a couple seeking a romantic getaway found their peaceful retreat shattered by the sight of robed figures performing rituals in the yard. The isolated location, initially appealing for its seclusion, became a source of terror. The cult members chanted in a foreign language, their movements synchronized and eerie. Terror gripped the couple as they watched from the window, their hearts racing. The sight of fire pits and ritualistic symbols carved into the ground intensified their fear. They fled the cabin under the cover of darkness. Their romantic getaway turned into a nightmare. The experience left them with haunting memories and a deep distrust of secluded rentals. Our final and last stop is at the beach house in Malibu, California, overlooking the ocean, where waves crash rhythmically against the shore. In April 2023, a family excited for their vacation arrived with joyful anticipation. The house was advertised as a luxurious beachfront property, perfect for a relaxing family retreat. However, their excitement turned to confusion and panic as they discovered the house had no running water or electricity. The host, initially responsive and accommodating, had vanished without a trace. The family's attempts to contact the host went unanswered, leaving them stranded in a house without basic amenities. Panic set in as they realized they were alone, their dream vacation turning into a desperate search for help. They were forced to find alternative accommodations, and their trust in the rental platform shattered. These stories leave us with a lingering sense of unease, questioning the safety and security of our own rentals. The comfort of a vacation can quickly dissolve into terror, transforming a dream getaway into a living nightmare. If you've experienced any creepy Airbnb stories of your own, share them in the comments below. Remember to like this video, subscribe to the Phantasmal Eternity channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new upload. Stay tuned for more terrifying tales and always stay vigilant during your travels.